4 damage to the party.
No, it's 13 altogether.
Yeah.
That's usually how it works.
It's how I end up with dice that'll never hit the table again.
That was the only reliability the only person I had reliable that hit people was an ice troll.
Oh, and the broken glass is now definitely evident.
Yeah. That looks like a freaking music video, dude.
Yeah, it does.
What? Oh,
I got a shattered fucking lens here.
So this is not porn. This is Dresden Files audiobooks from David.
Awesome.
Is that from the beginning? I don't know.
Stormfront, full moon. Do my best to. That sucks.
So I got a 25 for my ship with a natural 20.
Okay. You got a natural 20.
And I was just saying 25 because for tiebreaker in case it does happen.
What was yours?
19.
19. I started listening to a band called Arch Enemy. They do a lot of scream metal. Not bad, not great. But started listening to them and all of a sudden it stumbled onto one of their blog posts or vlogs, and a chick was discussing her previous band she was in. So listen to that story for a minute. But then she said it happened back in 2014. And I'm like, it's 3 years ago. We should be moving past this by now. And then I called up a friend of mine and I'm like, hey, I just started listening to this band you turned me on to. And they're pretty good, but I don't like the fact that this chick has got a grudge going on, you know. I mean, it's not that it's going to ruin my experience with their music, but it does kind of color my opinion of her personally. And she was like, well, you know, you are one of those particular people. She's like, have you looked at the...
Every single time I want to open the door, like, oh wait, the other side.
Yeah, other side.
I do not.
Yeah, because both sides are different.
I do have zip ties and rubber bands.
Okay.
They can figure a way to keep it steady.
Man, that really sucks. I'm probably just going to get a new phone.
I sent you pictures of it, just so you know.
What?
I've sent you pictures.
Okay.
Holy crap.
What?
He has Grandma actually doing the work.
I don't know.
Can we zip tie it
Sorry,
to...
my grandmother found a new guy that's actually doing her good.
Damn it.
You have a, well, I was going to say, put it between two books.
Oh. I have a
Zip tie it to your water.
Yeah.
What do you want to drink out of it?
The camera angle will change and people will have to realize that I'm Whataburgering. No, damn it. I guess 2 books is a good idea.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask if a feat was acceptable.
Which one?
Spike Destroyer.
Spike Destroyer.
It's out of the Inner Sea Gods, but you don't need to there's no specific deity that you have to worship for it. And all it is if I successfully bull rush a person.
Can you see the table?
Yeah.
If I successfully bull rush a person, I can use either it's an immediate action or a swift action.
Yeah.
And I can hit them with my armor spikes.
Can you nix that light behind you?
This one?
Yeah.
Is that better?
That works out better.
Oh yeah, that's perfect.
Much better. Okay.
That looks great, actually.
That was
Yeah.
She got it.
My poor phone. There was an accident at work, and I knew something bad was happening to my phone. I just didn't realize it was the lens.
What happened?
Oh no!
Bruce happened.
We had a concussive wave hit us. We had a small explosion at work, and
Really?
and I was just tossed maybe about 3 feet off balance, but the guys that were closer to it, they were. There was like a couple guys had to go to the hospital.
Wait,
What exploded?
Explosion?
What exploded?
Bruce.
Somebody, no, it wasn't us. It was a third party. Their vehicle had of all things, we had like a Note 7 plugged in, and nobody saw the fire inside the cab. And so like the when the diesel tank on that went up, another diesel tank on another truck went up.
Oh wow!
Holy crap!
And so like they were just too close to be parked. So nowadays, like
Wait, so the phone actually
we
blew
actually,
up?
yeah, the phone actually, no, it didn't blow up.
Well,
The
melted.
phone
It
caught fire.
Yeah.
The truck it was sitting in caught fire and exploded. The truck sitting next to that did the same. And there was like I will never buy Samsung products. they've sadly colored my perception ill.
Well, it's the Note 7. It's the battery that.
And you would think that like they would have replaced all this, but like the guy.
Well, the thing is, like, the guy. You had to take it in for the recall. That was the thing. So then obviously the guy didn't take it in.
No, he thought he could get away with it. No, it's not mine. It's not mine. Dude, it was the entire line of phones.
Mm-hmm.
Take it in for a recall. And it was funny because about 3-4 months ago, the place where the Note was manufactured overseas, that Note 7 was manufacturing plant, the factory burned down, and the source of the fire was the storage and disposal
Of the batteries, yeah. It was something extremely wrong with the batteries.
they were improperly sized,
Yeah.
and so it would cause a short. So that was about maybe 4 weeks ago that happened. I don't know if you guys remember that or not. I didn't come here looking that great. I was moving a little bit slower.
I think.
Anyway.
Oh wait, Bruce.
Hmm?
What are you doing on the 3rd?
Worked. Sorry.
Alright, what's going on there?
My birthday's on the 3rd.
Your what?
My birthday's on the 3rd.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And I was hoping we could all come over here, rent a room, and then watch a movie and do stuff. Something.
You need to go get you drunk, boy.
I will be busy.
Yeah, we'll have to take you to one of the local drinkeries and
Yes.
get you.
I don't want to
Thanks.
get shit faced.
No,
okay?
that
You
must
won't be
happen.
driving.
You're
No
not.
one's gonna pour drinks down your throat.
That's on the Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, the week after that, I'll be back in town.
Okay,
We'll do it when you get back. We'll all
If you want to.
yeah.
So
If you want to go out and get free drinks, go out and get free drinks the night of your birthday, because most bars offer that.
yeah, that's what I'm getting.
Just don't go around wearing a birthday boy sash like a. Don't do that.
Like a homo. No,
Yeah,
I'm not
I
gonna
didn't
do
want to.
that.
I didn't want
I
to.
was gonna say douche, but
Well,
Douche.
you are
Like that guy.
Thank you. No, so I decided that like the celebration that I'm gonna do with my family on the 31st of August, they are doing a showing of Blade Runner, the final cut at Alamo Draft House.
Yeah.
Really?
In 4K. So
that's before the new one comes out, right?
Yeah.
no, the new one comes
They're doing
out.
that because
Yeah.
the new one's coming out.
Yeah.
And so my dad, my friend John, uncle, my grandpa, and I are gonna go see it.
Most men love that movie.
Yeah. It's a great flick. The director's cut too, so no narration.
The final cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the narration.
Yeah,
of
I
the
kind of do
movie.
too.
I saw it with the narration, and it was terrible. It was absolutely horrible.
But I didn't really want to think that Deckard was a replicant.
Okay.
That's all I. Anyway.
Oh, the main character?
Yeah.
Mhm. Spoiler alert: he's a replicant.
If you go by what the director says.
Yeah.
But I think that actually comes up in the new one too.
I think so too.
Well, it has to because they only have a 4-year lifespan, and this movie's.
Well,
20.
no, because Rachel was the next generation, and she didn't have a.
Yeah.
Well, it was ambiguous as to whether or not.
She was
She was
the
she was
prototype.
That was Sean Young.
supposedly she was already 8 by that point.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, but before they ever left,
Yeah.
that was what, or like she was already past that 4-year lifespan.
Yeah. The Nexus 6.
Yeah, I got a picture center.
So
That's okay, I did too.
I love it.
you're a natural 20. What was your niche?
I got an 18.
18. You got an 18, right?
I had 19.
Yeah.
I have a +1.
I have a 12.
11.
Oh, wow. Somebody rolled lower than me.
12.
12? Wow.
Dude, hopefully we can ass blast this insect thing before it can eat us.
Go for it.
Try it.
I'm gonna try
Actually,
real
Forward
fucking
flip,
hard.
land on his back.
I'm going to charge and shield bash the big thing.
Are you a fighter? A short fighter?
He's a half orc.
I'm a half
Oh,
orc.
I thought you were like a
Armor.
small guy.
No.
Sorry.
I'm not doing the whole tiny Captain America shit. I say that because I had a guy do that to me. As it like I was the GM and he played short Captain America.
See that takes away a lot of confusion.
Oh crap!
Right after the natural 20. Right after the natural 20. That's a natural 1 for that charge and. Wham.
Roll again.
Oh god.
Please don't kill me.
Okay, well, so the whole bonuses total for that.
You have a good chance of meeting there. You see if you don't roll a 1.
Looks like a 4.
15?
Alright, so as you charge forward, you're getting ready to lay into it, and you fall on your face and skid 5 feet.
And I'm prone now.
The party accountant has done his work.
You'll take total of 5 damage as you face plant.
It could have been worse.
It's a lot worse.
Yeah.
I could have taken 5 damage.
You could have fallen face first into the flaming grubs.
What did what would I have had to? Because I rolled a 4 there.
You'd have to roll a 5.
I would have had to roll a 5.
AC 16 is all you had to do.
Ouch.
Like I said, you had a good chance of actually making it, but
Yeah, if I had striked with my gauntlet, I would have made that.
Aww.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll tell you
so
what though, this whole time I thought he was like a gnome or like a halfling or something.
That's what I was previously.
Yeah, I know, but like I
No,
thought you
I'm-
made another, and
No.
so that's why I was so confused about when you were being eaten by the frog.
Jonah,
Yes.
go ahead.
Shouldn't it be her turn? She had a 19.
Oh, 19 it is.
No, I'm a half orc.
I'm gonna cast Vanish.
You cast Vanish?
Brawler.
Are you at least
Excellent.
a short half orc?
Jonah,
6'6".
she disappears. You don't see much except for a couple pinkish motes, and then she disappears.
So, but I could see her if I detected evil.
Yeah.
If you knew.
Yeah.
No, I know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm aware.
Well, I think the biggest flaw with the whole invisibility thing is if you're fighting another wizard, detect magic. Oh, there they are. You know, like...
That's why it's good to use it against people who don't use magic.
You fight someone with arcane sight, you're pretty much just screwing yourself.
Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna beat the shit out of this thing that's right in front of me. I am in range.
Did we
right? I
kill
have to,
the
like-
grubs first, or do we have to deal with the grubs?
I set them on fire. Well,
You
her
did?
set them on fire.
You
yeah.
did?
Yeah, we
Oh.
think we set the body on
He
fire.
shook, and then all of a sudden, the ankeg exploded from the ground. So, are they still alive? Yes.
So they're not on fire yet.
It's your choice at this point. Do you fight the keg or do you burn the?
My question is this.
I can
Could I take a 5-foot step this way and still hit the giant bug?
Can
No,
you?
I'm more worried about a swarm coming over and just covering us all as the keg eats us.
That's why I'm focusing on the giant monster thing, and then somebody else throw some fucking fire on the grubs, dude.
In a moment.
Okay.
Well, anyway,
that I'm okay
you attack
with
a
if-
monster.
Yeah.
Roll.
Okay, but can I like 5-foot step away from the writhing pile and still
Yeah,
attack?
you can.
Okay, cool.
As long as you're within base contact with that.
That's what I'm gonna.
That's what it looks like. No.
Not base.
No, you would have to be in my square.
Your square.
Oh,
The one in front of him.
Well, you can because he's prone.
There we go.
Okay.
The head was in the
Is
way.
that a what model is that?
Cataplegus.
That's what I thought.
That's still dangerously close to the flesh-eating bugs, but we gotta work with what we got.
You're covered in armor. It would be harder for him to get to you.
Yeah,
Crawl
until they
up
get
my
underneath the
boots.
joint.
Yeah.
Get in through your neck.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna actually just go take care of that grub problem right now, and take a hit from the giant.
Then you should
insect.
step 5 foot
Absolutely.
back, and then
Yeah.
you should be where he was the first time you decided.
Yeah, there.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna throw my oil
Family pattern.
flask at them. What do I have to roll for that? Just like a
Ranged.
I think you have to beat a 5 to hit the area.
Yep.
So no natural 1.
I got a 2.
Good.
Plus fire.
Plus your
your
base
range.
attack bonus, plus your dex.
Oh, I'm good.
Right? It's you have to beat a 5 to hit a square, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so those grubs are covered in oil at this point, I would imagine. I threw my oil flask. So.
Blood for oil.
Hmm?
Never mind.
Bad joke. Okay. No. Or what would be considered an insensitive joke nowadays.
Anything that might offend somebody.
Yeah.
Anything.
You broke my heart.
Have some M&Ms.
See, that could have
My
been
heart
an
is
offensive one,
mended.
too.
Depends on the
Well,
color.
what if
You
you
rolled a
rolled
5?
the peanuts? Come on.
Yeah.
Alright.
They're made in the same facility as the peanut ones.
Oh no,
and
peanut
then the
dust.
and then the shells
He was
are
already
made from.
reaching in anyway.
So, I know. I'm just stating. I was pointing the view.
I am
how
allergic to
logic
peanuts, though.
loses.
The
No, I'm just kidding.
the fire.
No, I knew guys.
You were just throwing a firebomb.
No,
A
oil.
flask of oil. It's not on fire yet. Unless you want to let me do that.
No.
I got it covered.
You coat that area in oil.
Okay.
You don't know how much of them you got, but you think you got a lot of, if not all of them.
Good.
Yeah, but it's pretty much just someone goes. Spark. Whoever's turn is. I'm already feeling like I'm going to be attacked by the NK because I'm on the ground. It's not like I wasn't a big weight that just went onto the ground.
You know what I'm
So-
hoping? I'm hoping it doesn't decide to like drill down with you in front of it.
I will fight it the whole way.
The pewter fig that's standing right next to the orc. Who is that?
Me?
That's you?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you do?
Alright.
I don't know you want.
I need you to make an attack of opportunity as it looks like it's getting ready to bite and grab you.
Bite and grab me. Oh, it's not fun.
Okay.
17?
I can't stop.
Alright. You make your attack. Damage me.
Yeah, tough die. 10 damage.
Alright. As you swing your weapon at it in a precise motion, it pivots over, grabs you in its mandibles, and hoists you above the air or above the ground, and it really hurts. You took 11 damage.
Okay.
Go ahead, Brooke.
Okay, make an acrobatics check. Run, jump, flip over it, try to land on his back, and stab it.
Okay. Make your acrobatics check.
This will be a plus 13. And that is a 21.
You land, handspringing on its back, your hips straddling the creature as best as you can.
Roll to attack. One attack, right?
Mm-hmm.
This will be a...
Would that be considered? Never mind.
What's that?
You should ask if that would be considered a sneak attack.
Would it be considered a sneak attack? Because he was otherwise occupied with a figure in its mandibles.
This is more like a reflex check, so roll your reflex save.
20.
Go ahead, and when you roll damage, add in your sneak attack damage. This one time.
So this is 2 attacks. 2 short swords. This will be a plus 11. Natural 20.
Confirm?
3.
Not a critical hit.
Okay. And then this will be plus 11. That is a... What's a 30?
That's
You
a
have
number.
two.
Well, sorry, 20. My bad. 11 plus 9.
You'll have 2 sneak attacks on this thing.
Okay. So this is a 1d6 plus 7 plus sneak attack. 3 plus 7 is 10. 1 plus 7 is 8.
All right. How much sneak attack damage do you do?
Sneak attack damage
Should be 8 dice 6, right?
46
Times 2.
times 2.
So 8 dice 6 total.
Here's the first one. 13.
13 total. All right.
13 total on the first.
Then,
10,
see the best churro I've ever
12 on the second one. So a total of 25 points of damage on
Churro
the what's it called?
On the Ankeg.
Okay.
in the next
You need to make an acrobatics check, as it was having you up in the air. Now, you find yourself plummeting to the ground. It's only like maybe 10 feet, so you have to roll kind of high for your acrobatics check.
No, the game glitched out. You flew up into the air, flipped through the roof, and
21.
You manage to fall about 7
Make
feet.
sure that hit.
Your hands are actually able to help you with this because your strength is pretty decent. You've never described to me as being woefully out of shape or anything. You're a mage blade. You're a magus. So when you hit the ground, you actually are ready and you handspring back to your feet pretty well. You almost took 4 points of damage to your noggin, but because you did not,
Just put it behind.
good job. It's your initiative.
All right. Oh, good, you moved. Okay.
I'm on its back.
Technically, yeah.
Yeah, you got to see the whole thing.
Yeah.
Up close and personal.
Make a good reflex. So I'm going to do Burning Hands first.
This thing's large enough to do burning hands, and you're close enough. All you have to do is make a combat casting check,
Mm-hmm.
and you won't get the attack of opportunity on you.
you set the grubs on fire.
Yeah, I was about to ask.
That's what I'm doing.
Hands affect the growth.
It's the area. Yeah.
He's
Okay, cool.
he's able to fan it out to where he can cut into the beast, not hurt Brev, and get the grubs.
Nice.
Okay, cast defensively. I just need a 3 or higher. Got it.
Nice.
So the Burning Hands. It's going to be a reflex 15.
Yeah, but go ahead. Tell me how much damage you do.
Okay.
May I have some M&Ms?
No.
Why?
Just a level.
They're
7.
Good old exchange.
11 fire damage
Why can't
And
I
then
have M&Ms?
attack with sword.
M&Ms.
on him.
M&M candy or soda in 2 weeks.
Nat 20. We'll confirm.
Oh, everyone's just going for those nat 20s this time.
I know.
No.
It was either this or the. What will be the first monster encounter that I can suck up all the nat 20s with? Ankeg, or it will be the crippled kobold?
I think it would have been worse with the Kobold.
Yeah, probably.
Was that what's laying
8
on the
to
ground?
confirm.
Tucker would have wrote me a nasty email. You cast your spell into it, and then you also fan the flames towards the corpse, but then you gouge your sword into it, and your
12 damage.
no, it's not 12. It's gonna be time. What was your critical result?
I didn't confirm.
You did not.
Mm-mm. I only got an 8 afterwards. Total.
Okay. So you stick your sword in, and it feels like when you do this, for some odd reason, that the grasshopper is not going to be jumping too far after this.
Mm-hmm.
And after you remove your weapon, it collapses to the ground. If anybody here likes insect meat. There's plenty of it cooked right here. Not all of it, but it's there.
I'm getting to that point. I think I'm a little hungry.
What about the grub?
Yeah.
No,
The grubs were the main one.
I don't want hardly boiled or hard boiled grub.
Roasted.
Because I'm assuming they flared right at that point, right?
Yeah.
And they're boiling right now.
Yeah. Have you ever had a willy worm? Yeah, it scratches all the way down. I'm just saying.
There's still some protein there.
The things you do for money. So.
They pull their cowl all the way down.
They don't stop the burrow.
No M&M's for you.
Oh!
No M&M's. No M&M's for Jonah.
No M&M for you.
Alright, so that's the end of the encounter.
Yeah, that's the end of the encounter.
I stand up.
I unvanish.
I slipped on a bunch of the grubs that you guys threw all over the floor.
There's
That's
like
what
a
it
whole
was.
bunch of like little grease spots where your
I'm gonna appear
boots
behind
hit.
Detect magic. Before touching anything.
Yeah, what's left of the body, pretty much.
Said something
Right.
was in it.
Giant.
No,
Jim.
like what it was is, he rolled an natural one, so he was telling him, trying to get him to like mess with it more.
You look at this thing. The only thing that this guy has on him is probably about 40 drums. Not a whole lot of money, but he had something, and he also has a rusty knife.
You said something about like a gemstone. I felt.
Yeah, you thought it was a gemstone. That was actually just a large mass of grubs that
Oh!
they were kind of congealed together in their androgynous sex.
Why'd you say that?
I want to go to the edge of the platform.
Okay.
Or the edge of the cliff thing and look down.
It's only
What do
like
I
10
see?
feet.
More grubs!
You see the phosphorus lichens reflecting back over on
Big
the
finger right now.
left-hand side.
Boomba.
If you were really
Where is
evil,
there's a marker, there's a black marker around here
Right there.
somewhere. Good eyes.
if you were really evil, you'd push him in.
It serves me no purpose at the moment.
It would be fun. An adventure.
You do realize
Says
he's
the
worth
paladin.
something
I'm not a character.
at the moment.
There's
It's
a,
only like 60 gold
there's a
right
hole
now.
right
Still
there.
money.
Ooh, a hole.
Is that it? Like I don't see anything else.
It's where it burrowed.
That's basically about it. Oh, and where the ankeg was, there's a large mass of disturbed earth, but he didn't quite leave it to where you could go underneath.
It wasn't hard enough that it stayed in the 1%.
Yeah, it was. They have to, when they are tunneling, they decide, is this going to be somewhere I go through again? And if so, they can just leave it in shape.
Yeah.
But that's a hole that you guys can traverse.
Oh,
Also, my strength's in
Drop a light pebble.
It's 10 foot down.
Yeah, and
Oh,
everybody
20.
make a perception check.
12.
As you're looking down, you see
19.
like
26.
29.
you see something, and you see something glancing off of the light stone. You see a piece of metallurgy that's been fashioned into. You start scrambling down, and you.
I lower a rope so that he can come back up.
Okay.
Tie up the
You find
whatever it is
a,
first.
I forgot about it.
about maybe 2 minutes, the rogue is done dusting around what he's found, and you believe you found a blade.
ooh.
It's a blade, folks. Let me examine the blade.
Does it glow when there's orcs around? Is that how
No.
it
Rules lawyers.
Does it glow when there's rule lawyers around?
Somebody check this for magic.
I'll check for evil.
Actually, both those are good. Good
Spellcraft.
Good ideas.
Mhm.
Good ideas. Because it could
Nope.
be a new intelligence
20.
item.
It's a magical axe.
Is it evil? According to him?
No, not evil.
I'll take it.
You're like, take it, it's heavy.
They all like her.
Two-handed or battle axe?
It's a throwing axe, actually.
Oh.
But as you guys are looking at it and letting the light hit it from the phosphorus lichens and the other bit, or not phosphorus lichens, but the light emitting fungi.
Is it an axe of boomerang?
Not a boomerang, but it does have a dull red edge.
What kind of spellcraft check did you guys?
Not high enough for me to impart what it is.
Okay.
I'll spend some time with it later.
You said it's got a dull red edge, like
Yeah.
Like rusted?
Not rusted, but the color is not radiant. But it's got
so
like
not
this
like fresh
reddish
blood type.
Yeah, not fresh blood.
That was buried in the hole?
Yeah. You also see there's like a little bit of like there's a piece of cloth sticking out from where you pull the axe from.
Pull up the cloth.
The instruction manual.
Don't lick the blade.
It's a bag.
Covered it in peppers.
It's a bag.
Check for traps on the bag.
You pull the bag.
Disable device.
Go ahead. Disable device.
24.
Checking for traps on the bag. 24 does not reveal any traps. The only thing you do notice is that there's in the bag a parchment, and it shows a human female in a depraving act.
Look at me.
I found this here. Somebody
porn.
Porn.
Is it detect magic?
It's not a magical
Okay.
parchment.
Detect evil on that.
The detection of magic though, you do see a magical aura come off the axe.
So I have a question about the axe.
It's enchantment.
Can I roll spellcraft checking again?
Go ahead.
Of that?
It's in here. Might as well.
What style of
24.
is it like dwarven made or is it like orcish made?
It's dwarven metallurgy
34.
practices,
Magic
but
adds +5.
you note that this is actually a +1 keen throwing axe.
Nice.
So it crits on
Yes.
19 and 20.
You also find in that bag that he pulls out with that kind of lewd picture, there's a masterwork dagger. A very pretty dagger, I might add. But that one there is of orcish quality. It's of orcish make. And you can tell because they've got bits of obsidian within the flat of the blade.
Interesting.
Anybody want a dagger?
There's also a
Throw
normal
it at your feet.
quality mace and
Just 2 logs.
no, about 70 pounds of rocks. And you pick it up and you light a torch or you cast light, whatever you guys do. But when you dump out this bag, you find about 70 pounds of ore. And as you're looking at it, anybody here got stone cutting or some other metallurgy style based skill?
Nope. Just no dungeons.
I have appraise.
Both of you guys, knowledge dungeons and your appraisal check. Go ahead, roll. But you want to roll high because this is not exactly the specialty that you're looking for.
I can diplomatize the rocks.
18.
The Gilabdir
I can
hates it.
intimidate the shit out of the roll.
What are you? What are you?
Just 18.
13.
It's always so fun to make jokes.
You think it's Quicksilver.
What does that mean?
And
What?
Quicksilver.
It's an ore that is commonly used by the Elven nations in the manufacture of their armors and weapons.
Right, so does it act like mithril in sense, or is it
It
different?
it does.
Okay. Just thought I would ask.
A lot of them. The human term for it is quicksilver. The dwarven term is mithril. Most metallurgy is taught by dwarves, and so that's the widespread proliferation of things like mithril or other terms that are Tolkien-esque, like such.
In the bag itself?
The bag itself is just a regular leather bag.
Okay.
It does have that extra mace, but the 70 pounds of ore or quicksilver that you think it is, you guys are feeling like this probably could net you about 26, 27 gold. All 70 pounds of it. It's not
It's not pure.
not pure in the least bit, no.
Anyone mind if I take the throwing axe?
All
Go
you.
for it.
Huh?
Now, one thing I do like about the V20 that I've got, I can switch the cameras. So, the shatter portion goes away, but it's a much more narrow.
Yeah.
It has dual cameras?
Yeah.
Nice.
The V20 is probably my favorite phone out there. The iPhone 8 hasn't come out yet, but I'm probably going to switch to that.
I don't know why, but like when I walked in and heard you say V20, I instantly thought of like V2 rockets. So I was like, why the fuck are we talking about rockets?
No, because I've been playing a lot of Wolfenstein 3D lately. I've actually gone back to Return to Wolfenstein from 2001. My bad. Such a good game.
It's not a close one.
And I like that one better than I like Old Blood or the New Order.
I never really could get into Wolfenstein myself. So.
I'm sorry.
That's what's my dex plus my strength. Or dex plus my base attack. Sorry.
Now you'll venture around this portion of the dungeon for a little bit. The rest of this room
I can leave for 5.
is relatively barren of other notable items. That hole that Brev is standing next to, it does slope off and it goes in that general direction.
So away from where we are.
Away. Far away.
What does he see down farther?
What do you mean down farther?
Like off this cliff? This like.
This little plateau
Yeah.
that it goes down. There's a lot of ankeg poo.
Off
Hey,
of it?
there's a bunch of poo down here.
Set on
The
fire.
It's not a
the
region,
ankeg, apparently, like, this is one of the more popular areas for the ankeg to where it could find things to eat, like players, like non-player characters. $5 for 52 cookies. Damn it. Sorry.
Walmart.
I know.
What are they, shortbread cookies?
They're the
The
chocolate
chocolate
chips.
chips?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for only $5, they're
Yeah, thank you.
dangerous.
Oh.
Yay, diabetes.
I'm good.
Nom nom nom
Thank you.
nom nom nom.
Just to finish up that row.
Work, 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 work.
Work, work.
Work, 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 work. Grump, 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 grump.
I'm really thankful I don't run in the Warhammer or the Warcraft universe. 'Cause that would. What are we doing today? Lots of law.
But would you run the Elder Scrolls universe?
Actually, yes, but I would run the Elder Scrolls from the Daggerfall and Arena timeline. Not from Morrowind or Oblivion. And definitely not anything from Skyrim, because Skyrim, they trampled on their own canon.
I don't think we trampled on their
A lot of
Yeah, with pals and stuff. Yeah.
a lot of lorebeards have huge discussions, huge threads, large videos on YouTube. And if you go and you play through Daggerfall, you can get bits and pieces of it.
Okay.
But not that Skyrim's bad. It's just that Skyrim is the newest iteration of their RPG.
No, I'm just thinking about the lore. I don't care about the gameplay.
I still play.
That's what he's talking about.
I know.
I would play it from the Daggerfall perspective. Lilac Bay. How do you
What do
set
you
there?
What's your thoughts on online?
It's not for me.
I
But
meant like the story part of it, not necessarily the.
if they fix the issues that came out with Elder Scrolls V, okay. Really. The two games I think actually are probably the best narratives in the entire system are Battlespire and Redguard. But Redguard is such a horrible game to play that you're better off with just watching a YouTube video of Let's Play. And don't even like watch the video because the game sucks. But listening to the NPCs talk and the narrator and the player talk about it, it's really cool. But the game is not optimized. And worse yet, it's just it's horrible to look at. It's 17 years old. Battlespire was pretty much you are trapped in the dungeon, the super dungeon, and you have to go and perform for Jegartharn, one of the head battle mages, and you have to go and broker with the various Daedra. So that is pretty cool. And it was the only game I remember where if the monster wasn't attacking you, you could actually go up and talk to it.
No good back.
So the scamps were actually fun. Yeah, the scamps, the little goblin-esque Daedra,
No.
they were fun to fuck with. Anyway,
They're fun to hack.
yeah, they're easy to have.
I have a story about Daedra here in a little while, but
Okay.
I'm actually really upset with the very lack of Daedras in Skyrim. But there was like one variant. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
they didn't add like all the ones that they had like in Morrowind
Uh-huh.
didn't show up in Skyrim. All they had was the human-esque ones.
They had the other one though. The one in the book. What's it called? There was like a quest in Skyrim that like you open up like a book and it takes you into like some fucking crazy alternate like plane. I
With
forget.
all the
yeah.
with all the tentacles and stuff. Oh, I don't count those, but they're not because they're not technically Daedra.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, not in this. They're still not any of the ones that were before. That's what I mean.
I just discovered Blackreach yesterday, so I'm pretty happy.
So,
All right.
is this the only direction we can go? Or
No, there's
or
other
this way?
directions. There's plenty of other exits.
So, before we got confused, how far does it drop past the second, like tier down?
Into the hole?
No, like okay, so
About
We
10,
go here?
10 feet. No,
so
that,
it's
that,
10
that's...
feet down to that one,
Mhm.
right where he's at.
But at the
And
edge
then
of
if
it,
we look again, how far is it down?
it's just a wall. It doesn't
Oh,
drop
so
down
it goes
anymore.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought it was like another tier down or something.
Mm-mm.
Okay,
It's just a cavern wall.
so that's why I got confused. So never
Sorry.
mind.
how far down is the hole?
About 5.5, 6 feet. But then
It like
it
veers
starts
off in
to
the
angle
direction.
off, and it goes out quite a ways.
How like can we walk in it or do we have to crawl?
You actually can walk in it.
Okay.
Spicy Fingers can like stretch with his weapon in hand and not touch the ceiling.
So here's the thing: do we want to continue the way we were going, or did you guys want to check to see where else is in Caitlin?
Let's go.
Um,
the way we were going.
There's other places that you can explore. There's a large cavern exit out of here
Oh, okay. Then.
to that direction.
Sorry, I thought it was just another tunnel, and I was just like, at this point, it's just two tunnels.
If you will continue to walk along the edge with the wall to your right, you're going to have past that cavern exit. It's going to have another drop off like this, but it drops down and then it fans into two separate directions, and the tunnel narrows down to about 5 feet, somewhere around there, 5 or 6 feet wide.
Do we want to check the big cavern?
Sounds good.
Does it look familiar to anyone that had been down here already?
Nope.
Okay.
They stopped at the pool of blood when someone got vaporized.
Well,
Yeah.
I haven't. Have we gone past that room?
Not yet.
Oh yeah.
So that's why I asked.
Well, you've been.
We bypassed it.
We went a different way.
Yeah.
Okay.
We were in around this time.
Well, that's what I thought I would ask,
wanna
because
see
maybe
the
you guys had
blood
intersected
fountain.
this room at some point.
You're just like, who got vaporized? What?
What happened? Who got vaporized?
You mean Brad the cleric?
I wished we had.
Brett the cleric.
What did that heal?
What cleric? We had a cleric in the party? What?
Oh,
He didn't need the babe. Who?
David the
The
God,
power of
which-
voodoo. 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 What?
Yep.
That's what I thought. Do what?
That's how you mess with your players. Tight spandex.
Cram a softball down in your yoga pants and just.
You get the other two. The
Softball.
Where do you think he was storing those?
Is that like a little satchel? The big with the power.
And I saw a video where the guy that was actually doing the ball manipulation.
Yeah, from behind.
The entire time he was like pressed up against David Bowie. Could you imagine having a guy doing that? Like, just trying to juggle those balls and keep them close to his chest.
I don't know why.
Try not to get hard on. Try not to get excited.
I just imagine David Bowie like clenching his cheeks, going to babe with the power. As this dude's behind him and he's just stuck there. So like he can't go away or like do anything. He's just frozen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, the big cavern.
Yeah.
What does it look like with my 60 feet of dark vision?
You
Wait, do I
proceed
have
out of here, and
Thought I did.
as you
I was
look
pretty sure I did.
down this area, the fungus continues on the walls. There's a dampness in the air, and in the shadows, if you look away from the moss, you can see the outlines barely of about 15 or 16 very large mushrooms. Not trying to be phallic, but you just see mushrooms.
Gee, thanks.
You're welcome.
David Bowie?
Dave, remind me of Babe.
Are they like the ones we saw before?
These are about 9 to 10 feet high.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot to eat part of it.
Guys, can we do like a knowledge nature to see if these things are
It's too far.
You ate part of the yank egg. Did it taste good? No.
Have I had worse?
Yes.
Okay.
You had
You-
ogre.
You. I'm not saying that you've flown on a plane before, but you've had worse. Airline food is really bad.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on
Give me
what
an A, Mary.
class you are.
Don't eat on Frontier.
Yeah.
Any company where you can find a softer seat by folding over your laptop and sitting on that.
Okay, so these are 9 to 10 foot tall mushrooms.
Sorry, I was just remembering that awesome guy that sat next to me.
Engineering?
Go ahead.
He came on with I'm not kidding, back when McDonald's had the snack wraps.
I'm not real hard on
He
it.
came on with a sack full of them. He goes, I fly, every time I go somewhere,
10.
I pick up a sack of these before I go on the plane. He had like 12. Like of the the chicken snack wraps. And he shared them with me.
That sounds like a saint and a weirdo all at the same time.
Yeah, I've never once thought, man, this flight could be totally resurrected if we just had some McRibs.
I do not have dark vision.
Well,
So,
you're an orc, right?
Pebble.
It's dangerous.
I
It's
switched it
dangerous.
for skilled, so I get additional skill.
For both the M&Ms and higher.
So I had more
Be
than
good,
just
and they may
2
not
or
move.
3.
Pebble.
Well, you throw a pebble down there, and you see that there's some stalks of mushrooms interspaced throughout the cavern. It is a low cavern. It's only about maybe 15 to 10 feet high. It's not super high like that last large cavern was, but this little cave stretches down to the earth. And after you walk about 40 feet to the edge of where your light is, you pick up your pebble. And up ahead, you can see that like the wall kind of melts away on the left-hand side. There's about maybe 30-foot diameter room that this cavern skirts the edge of. The ground does not look safe. That's what you think.
It's a trap.
The ground in that circular room does not look safe.
Mm-hmm.
You guys kind of get up to the edge of that, and you look.
Roll my bedroll.
What?
Roll my bedroll across the floor.
I pushed the button.
Are you rolling across the solid part or across the circular
The circular room.
All right. As you do that, your bedroll unfurls, and it sits on top of it. It sits on top of the floor.
How far is it away from me? Can I just reach out and grab it?
Yeah, you can
Okay,
grab
I'll
it
do
and
that.
pull it. As you do that, you feel a little bit of resistance, but you manage to
Like
pull it all
sticky
back.
or-
Yeah, kind of sticky.
Okay.
It's actually just
Spark?
really wet.
Okay.
Spark.
Is there anything left on the other than moisture? Is there anything
You feel on the
stuck to it?
bedroll, it's got a sandy texture. You take some of the sand off of it. Spicy Fingers says, I don't
Whoa,
like
what
this.
the fuck? Where did you get here?
I've been here
He's
the
been
whole
here
time.
I know.
You just never had a turn.
Um,
Okay.
There's no reason for me to speak. I'm going to shut up.
Does anyone have like a 10-foot pole? Does anyone happen to have one of those?
The gnome?
10-foot pole.
The gnome pulls out a pole from his backpack,
oh, Holy Spirit.
and he unfolds it.
I was about to say that's like some Goku shit right there.
Well, he's actually it's like the multi-part scythe that Death will use whenever he has to duck down. He'll pull his multi-part scythe out and screw it together like a crappy pool cue.
And then play Battleship with you.
You know. But no, he gives you an 8-foot pole. Sorry, 2 of the feet I lost. All right, so you start probing into the
It's 8 feet, and that's as far as I can go.
It's very soft, and your pole goes into it pretty easily.
So survival.
Hmm?
22.
Quicksand.
Yep.
Does it look like there's anything in this room beyond quicksand?
Not
Or is
really.
it just like quicksand blocking us from entering the room?
It's just blocking you from entering the room. When we were growing up, every 60s and 70s show, whenever they
Yeah.
wanted
That
Gilligan's Island.
quicksand, was like supposedly, and even Batgirl got hung up by quicksand once.
Yeah, it made you think that quicksand was going to be a problem.
Yeah, you thought it was going to be like everywhere. Whew, I've never encountered quicksand.
I have.
How was it?
Very disorienting when your foot goes into it and you
No,
just
that was
fall
a
over.
sinkhole.
That was the same concept. It was on a sinkhole. We were at the beach,
That was a sinkhole.
and a area of the sand liquefied, which is what quicksand is.
I saved his shoes.
Yeah, she saved my shoes.
So are there shoes in here?
Is there any? Okay. Is there a part like within the 8 feet that it hits solid?
No, you can keep shoving this thing down all the way to where your arm is
No, I meant like
submerged.
a distance away from us.
The room is about 30 foot in diameter, the circular portion of it.
And
Can
that's
you-
all quicksand? The 30 foot?
Yeah, that's no fucking way.
Okay,
Yeah.
off now.
Yeah,
Not with my plate armor, dude.
Do we see anything past it?
nope. It's just
So it's just a circular room with
circular
quicksand?
room with quicksand.
I'm all heavy, so like I sink slower. I'm just like, oh no.
This is going to
This is going to sound crazy.
Yeah.
Pantheon.
No.
Maybe.
Detect magic on it to see if maybe it's a magical like effect or
Do
something.
you
No.
ask those? that
Yes,
you
I
do?
asked them if they would-
there's no magical effect in here except for the weapons and the armor and the items you have on your person.
We detect evil on this sand. Is it evil
Ooh,
quicksand?
no, it's not
You
quicksand.
see my evil.
If you-
It's not quicksand, you said?
If you
Holy
detect
shit!
if you detect evil, If you detect evil, she lights up.
I know. I'm already aware.
But if you detect hunger, the sand lights up.
I can't detect hunger.
The thing lights up if you.
Hunger?
I think it's a
Detect
joke.
hunger.
Sense motive on the quicksand.
So, grappling hook.
She's wanting to eat
When
you all.
I stick the rod in and I pull it out, is it harder to pull out?
16.
It is.
So like it's gripping it, not necessarily.
Not trying to grip it, but it's just you're causing a vacuum within it, and so
Okay, that's what I was asking.
Yeah.
Is it something abnormal? Okay, like
Not- not really.
Like-
and
like
a
it's
lot of-
animated and it's holding it. I was
No.
like more like okay. I say we avoid this section.
Grappling hook.
Yeah.
Toss it in. Just kind of slowly fish.
Bruce,
Anything
I'm
at
gonna
the
pull
bottom.
anything out.
Yeah.
On the quicksand.
Huh?
what?
Does it snag anything?
Oh.
Sorry.
How much rope do you have attached to that grappling hook?
I believe it's 50 feet total.
And I assume
I'll
you're
hold on
gonna
to
throw
it.
everything but 5 feet out there.
Yeah,
About
and I'll
10.
hold the other 5.
All right.
I'll hold it with him.
And I have
Roll me a d6.
And I have a strength of 17. So 6.
As you're you loop it in the sand and you lob it out there. You wait a few minutes and it disappears from view. Wait another minute or two. Start reeling in on it. And you definitely hook something.
I have a strength of 21.
I can't
Um,
Between the
seven.
two of you,
Yeah.
you guys dredge the pit, and you pull out a dead, well, not a complete dead body, a partial dead body.
Oh.
But it's you grab it because of the armor. That's what you grab.
Okay.
You
I was trying to figure out
free
how
it
I would do that.
from the room, and you pull back into the hallway, and you guys are looking at this green plate armor with a body inside. And the body, there's nothing below the elbows and nothing below the thighs.
So is the armor incomplete?
Nope, the armor is not really truly incomplete because a lot of times you have to buy the boots, or the boots will come differently.
Okay, that's what I thought it was.
Detect magic.
It's not going to radiate anything, but as you're looking at this armor, and Spicy Fingers will actually wash it for you after he scrubs out the body.
Throws the body back in the quicksand.
Might as well.
We don't need it.
You're looking at this greenish armor, and you recognize the armor as the same chitinous plates that would have been on the Yankeg.
Okay.
Somebody had Yankeg plate mail, and they were wearing it, but they got stuck in quicksand.
Inkhead full plate? Is that
Yeah.
what it is?
It's not full plate, it's Yankeg plate mail. But it's masterwork quality.
So is that half plate? Is that what? Because
It
like, what would it be considered?
it would be considered a half plate, my bad.
Okay, that's what I was.
Whenever I say plate mail, I actually mean half plate, my bad.
Okay. Okay.
Because for some odd reason, my brain lately has reverted back to pre-Pathfinder. I don't know how I
Because of
can...
that explosion, Bruce. You changed after that.
I tell you what, when that thing went off, like, I was walking and I stumbled and fell, and I heard something in my pocket. I was carrying my left pocket. I heard it crumple. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm looking at my phone, and I turn on, no cracks in screen, cool. Then the next day, when the sun rises, I'm looking at it. Oh, damn it, one of the lenses is busted. Oh, fuck, One of my guys, he's still on bed rest. Well, not bed rest, but off duty because of Light and Limited only covers so much. And
Is it?
Go ahead.
Sorry. Is it mass work?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's match work.
Does making it out of inkhead plate affect its stats in any way?
It just looks badass.
It actually gives a +2 versus acid.
Okay.
any sort of acid attack that requires any sort of save, be it will or reflex or fortitude, it's going to cause a +2 bonus.
Wait, what kind of dragon was controlling those orcs again? It was a black dragon, right?
A black dragon.
Acid. Eat this. Okay, so we pulled something out. Cool.
I found out in Blackreach on Skyrim, don't ever shout at the big yellow sun that's in Blackreach. Don't shout at that.
Summons a dragon.
Yeah, it summons a dragon.
Oh, cool.
And it doesn't fly. It doesn't fly after you. It crawls on the ground.
And it fights everything in that area.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, so if you have a bunch of Falmer that you're not wanting to deal with, but you want to be a dick, you summon the dragon and then go run off. Just watch. It's good time. It's a real good time.
And then you have to fight the dragon. I mean,
Yeah, you eventually have to fight the fucker.
But it's weaker. No, whenever I fought dragons, I ended up... My arrows would always ricochet and hit the townsfolk. So, that was my problem. It's like, fuck, I just saved it. Or didn't save it.
I always like how half the
I'm
townsfolk
on your
died
side.
of the dragon before you're able to kill it.
Yeah, the dragon attacks, and here goes all those journal entries that are being fixed and amended. Because all my fucking quest givers are getting baked right now. Damn it!
I got mods for Skyrim because that was a huge issue, and it made all of the people on the outside, all the people who mattered, go inside the houses so they didn't get fucking toasted.
Run!
Or those that couldn't be
You're
killed,
amazing
those
here.
that could be killed.
Half the time
So the only other person in the party that can use heavy armor is you.
Right now.
Yeah, basically.
What do you have? What do you have? What do you have for armor right now?
Full plate. I have.
That's funny. See her up like this for a while, and she gotta go do it, but she didn't do it. And then she did it. That was funny.
Yeah, I know she did it. +3 heavy plate.
Yeah, +3 heavy plate? Or, okay.
Sensitive spot.
+3 full
I
plate.
know, I was like, what?
So I'll go ahead and take
That's
the
me. I
still be
inkhead
training.
armor. I'll
He'll
take
take
the inkhead armor. So.
I knew that though.
I bet you did.
I need to figure out if I can get armor training.
Do you think worth fishing again?
Bruce, knowing Bruce, he'd probably be like, you don't find anything else. After wasting an hour and us going through random encounters, it's gonna be horrible, not worth it.
What's wrong with my random encounter mod?
I just know how you work that shit.
Work it like a pro.
Work it like the corner.
Work
Yeah.
like the girl in the picture.
So, are you saying it's all in the flick of the wrist?
It's all in the reflexes.
That could have been his mate. You don't know. Something to remember me by.
He writes her send news.
You writes for what?
Send news.
How did you know I write that to every woman I know on Facebook and the internet? All of them. All of them receive that. Send nudes. Actually, what I do is I have a meme of
Fanatics.
an Amish man, and it says "send clothed." Send clothes.
We can try one more time if you guys want.
Oh no, I that's what's going on. You guys are fishing for another time.
Yeah.
That's what's going on.
I'll put in masterwork.
So even if you guys decide not to,
Yeah, you're here for about an hour and 20 minutes, and then all of a sudden you hear something in the cavern behind you.
I fucking knew it. God.
What's wrong? What's wrong, Jonah?
It's called experience, man.
Yeah.
Almost only level 3 here.
Hey, cool. The gazebo's
I'm
coming.
actually almost level 8. Wait, what?
The gazebo's coming.
Oh god.
I love the gazebo story. Probably
So-
my favorite story in all of urban legend D&D.
So while I'm pouting, do I hear something going?
While you're pouting.
You keep pouting, the witches.
There's no crying in Pathfinder.
Anything else? Snag
Roll
before
D6.
this happened, or
As you feel like there's something that you're pulling out, and as you reel it in, you can hear something coming up the dungeon behind you. It's pretty heavy footsteps.
I'll continue to pull it while you guys
Same here.
Turn into
turn it.
I vanished.
It's a large humanoid.
No, you're using half your spell. It's just keeping yourself hidden.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Can I see us?
Can he see you?
Me no dumb.
He sees the party and he doesn't really slow his gait, but it doesn't speed up either. He's got a bag. It looks like it's got some stones in it dangling off his hip. And he's got a large tree trunk that he's using as well. But he's squeezing through the corridor and he says, "Hey."
Hey.
How's it going?
Diplomacy check.
He said that in common.
Common.
Okay.
Hey.
Actually,
up?
more Ford Wraith.
Well, I mean that's what
Yeah.
it does.
He's like, "What you guys doing here?"
Fishing.
I got a 28 on diplomacy. Let's do this.
So, what are you saying, John?
I'm going to say, we're not doing anything super important. Would you like porn?
I feel like this went really weird.
This just went really. Yeah, it did.
I'm trying to appease the giant so he doesn't push us into the quicksand.
Well,
Yes, but you know we could have also told him that hey, we're just fishing for sandfish,
But then he's like, those my sandfish.
and then we leave, and then he sits there for the rest of his life trying to get sandfish out.
Can't really disagree with your mentality. Don't know if that'll work or not, but I gotta say that works. That sounds like an applicable plan.
I say, we will trade porn for help across this sand pit.
There's something on the other side of the sandfish.
I
There's
thought
nothing
it
on
was
the
like...
other
I
It's not another corridor, right? It's just
No, it's,
Damn it.
it's
Okay,
just-
I don't say that then.
He looks at you guys. He's like, "Are you looking for treasure?"
Can someone else get this? Because
Well-
I'm horrible at this scenario. I have a -1 to my charisma. Because
Well-
remember, I punched a dude in the junk.
A bluff. Oh,
I
say-
14 total.
Yeah, I have to do a new diplomacy check.
That's going to be new diplomacy.
Yeah.
Alright, let's do this. I'm down. Let's go. Let's go. I get a plus 14.
So 14 on the bluff.
28 again.
And I say, well, we're just kind of wandering around, not really looking for anything.
Is there
Of course. Most people don't ever look for trouble. I know where there's treasure. And you guys look like the type, and he squeezes out of the cavern and stretches.
So he's in the big mushroom cavern now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he says, "I can show you guys where there's good stuff."
Please.
Hold on.
Sense motive?
There's just a question here. What's in it for you?
We have porn.
Stop trying to give him the sheet that he can't
What
hardly
is
see.
this?
It's so
What
small.
is this magical item you called porn? You discovered?
How big is that sheet of dirty
Some
picture?
men would call
It's
it.
an 8x11.
Yeah, that's so small he can't even see it.
I could. What you got
He
there?
pulls out a set of reading glasses.
I'd be surprised.
He
I'm
looks
still
at it
pulling up
and
this.
he says,
Doing this.
Yeah, you keep going.
"She's purty. She's purty.
It'll be yours if you show us where the treasure is.
I can put that in my spank bank."
Yes. that's rope burn.
So
Yes, of course.
I'm still.
You reel it in, and as you almost drop the rope, you pull from the water a looks like a dented helmet. It would match the Ankeg plate mail. It's not in the same quality though. It's not in the same condition either. Spicy will try to laugh and wash the helmet with great water.
Is it magical in any way? I ask our
Detect
magic
magic.
users.
I don't see any magic coming off of it. And once the water hits it, it gets really pretty. But, like, something's wrong with it. Because there's about maybe 80 little indentations where there was something in it, and now there's nothing.
Means
Helm
it's
of
down
Lordly
in
Might?
the water.
What?
Helm of Lordly Might?
What
Or
does
just
it?
was?
Does it look like it's like in a pattern?
Not a helm of Lordly Might.
Does it look like a pattern, or does
Yeah,
it look like
yeah,
what
there was
someone...
like a pattern on it.
Okay.
Like a pattern or?
Not a
That's what I
pattern
thought. I
like
was
that.
going to ask: does it look like a bunch of stars, like something bit it, or like?
Oh, something definitely bit it, but there used to be some things that were socketed within this thing.
Oh.
Probably about 70 different little gemstones.
Oh God, who knows if they're even down there? I have a feeling. I think I know what.
Okay.
But there's just no way that we can't get the little things down there with the hook.
No.
Yeah, so
It's on the road.
I'll keep it for the sake of sentimental value because it matches the armor.
I got a 30 on sense motive for the big man.
He says he with a dainty finger he takes your horn, and he's like, "She's really pretty."
I meant like if he was being honest about the treasure.
I think I'm honest.
How tall?
Yeah, I believe me.
I wasn't asking. That was a sense motive.
5'10".
Well, you should believe me.
Oh,
How tall are you?
6'6".
Okay,
Take us
I
there.
peer behind you, kind of like. You're tall enough.
He
I have a
he
question.
says
How
I would
close?
for people that donate to my spank bank. I try to treat them right.
I feel like this could
It's
have
the
gone a lot
honorable thing
different
to
ways.
do, sir.
For people that don't give it right to me, I just give them the tip.
Yep. Yeah, this
Well,
has been
that-
turned. Why is all your giants rapists?
Did
The
you ever,
giant rapist.
Did you ever read the ogres? About the ogres in Classic Monsters Revisited?
Yeah, that's why there's a bunch of ogrekin. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And they were definitely not going to try it on me.
Sure, I mean, this guy
That's-
might try
that's
man
the
dueling
bit.
with you.
So hence the advantage.
No. All right.
Well, thank
Anyone
you.
else want to allow him? Oh no, I'm really hesitant about this. I'm paranoid.
XP?
Huh?
XP?
That's
No,
very
I'm
good.
more thinking like he's going to lead us to his tribe, and then we have to kill the tribe all in one big
What are
combat.
you worried about? You're male.
You vanished.
I'm reappeared behind him.
I want to state one
5
thing.
rounds ended.
I want to state one thing. As a player, I don't want my character to be killed because we decided to do something dumb.
No, I have to find. I'm looking for shit for my god. So
I may have slipped on Rotgrut stuff, but yeah, I'm just going. Okay, should we follow him?
I'm gonna follow him.
He believes him. I believe him. I believe the paladin.
I believe
Well, you
that.
guys wander back through that large cavern and then you go through that little tight squeeze right before that large bottom of the chasm that you found earlier. And you continue straight through that. You don't go split off the Y. And about maybe 100 feet later, because the wind between various locations, this cavern almost has like an ethereal pitch, almost a scream. And as you continue to listen to it, as you're just trying to keep your wits about you, It sounds a little like
Screams.
Tarja from Nightwish. Back whenever. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, you lost me now.
It sounds like a woman seen opera.
Oh.
The wind is so powerful here.
Hmm.
It's not powerful blowing you off your feet. You just have like a couple of sinkholes in the area, and then you have a ventilation shaft that goes up to the surface. So with all of that going on, it sounds like somebody's singing.
Pretty.
Like, I'm so sad. I think that guy's dead now.
Yeah, he is.
That's so sad. Like, the
Did you see that
Troll
video?
song.
The guy from that video, he's passed away.
I didn't see the video.
Oh, you never seen the video?
Let's fix this.
No, my data's out. I can't.